Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday, middle of the week. This is Wednesday, October 27th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice, and fantasy football guru, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning into this afternoon's episode of Pete's Power Plays. This show, as always, is sponsored by BetUS. Yes, 12 Ounce Sports is an official partner of BetUS. Create an account with them today, and by doing so, use the promo code 12ounce, 12OZ, all caps. Once again, BetUS. Sign up with an account and use that promo code 12ounce, 12OZ. Also, Zingo TV, channel 761. And don't forget, BetUS, when you sign up with them, they match your first deposit up to 125%. So definitely take advantage of that. Also, Zingo TV, channel 761. If you have Zingo TV and you're tuning in, welcome aboard. If you don't have it, it's a free app. Download it on every streaming device out there. It's simple. Sign up today. Go to Zingo TV, that's Zingo TV, and then switch over to channel 761, where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. And Amazon.com. Winter is coming. Get bundled up today and support the crew at 12 Ounce Sports by going to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Once again, www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. So I'm here, middle of the week, hump day episode of Pete's Power Plays. Thank you all so much for tuning in like usual. Action-packed show today. All right, a lot of changes in the NFL DFS for tomorrow night between the Packers and the Cardinals. Obviously, there'll be no Davante Adams, COVID protocol. Allen Lazard also on that list, claiming obviously in close contact with Davante, so he's going to be out for the next couple days. He'll be out for tomorrow as well. What is Aaron Rodgers going to do? Well, I'll get that situated with you guys. Randall Cobb, big-time pickup in fantasy football as well. If you got Randall Cobb, he's going to be in those lineups as well. Robert Tonyan, if you picked him up, he's going to be in those lineups as well. So, I mean, still, I think Randall Cobb is obviously the big pickup acquisition for fantasy leagues in general this year, or this upcoming game, excuse me. And Tonyan as well. And those that have Aaron Jones, be ready for passes to be heading his direction as well. I mean, I think they're going to use Aaron Jones a lot tomorrow night, whether it's on the ground and through the air. So Aaron Jones, Tonyan, Randall Cobb, still got solid weapons out there for Aaron Rodgers. And of course, Rodgers could run a little bit as well. So, but I'll talk more about that later on. We have 5 games on the menu for tonight that I will discuss later on. And of course, last night's another meltdown, 1-4 last night. I mean, I feel like it's just a pattern with the NHL. Saturday, we hit for over 3 units. Sunday, we went even. Monday, we went over 3 units once again. And last night, we lost 4 units. So that's just how it rolls within the NHL as of late. But recap of last night, okay, right off the bat, Devils on the money line. I did like them a lot yesterday, as seen on my show. A couple of show plays actually cashed out as well. So, I mean, Kraken on the money line, that cashed out. First period over cashed out. Avs, first period over cashed out as well. So, I mean, a couple different plays that didn't make my cards through Twitter or clients still cashed out. So, like I said, just because a play that was on my show that I liked didn't make my card, you could always come back to the show and take the bet, of course. This is why I do bets for clients, bet for Twitter, cards for each, and of course a card for leans for every game possible, as obviously when I break down these games. So last night with the Devils in the money line, terrible, absolutely got crushed. Down 4-0 after the first, that was lights out. But look what happened with the Caps game the other night. Caps were up 4-0 and then basically blew it. They blew it. But They ended up winning. Devils did not. So Devils on the money line. That was a loser in last night's game. Canucks at plus 105. I did like this a lot last night. I did. But unfortunately, that did not go through. That was at plus 105. But, that's just how it goes. Avalanche on the money line, of course, that was a hefty price on minus 170. That lost. Not sure what kind of team we're seeing from this Avalanche team. Kemper is not the right puzzle piece that we all expected for the Avalanche this year. Their goaltending is still an issue. I mean, I've been saying, like I said, I said this during the summertime, and once Grubauer was gone to Seattle, I had a feeling that if this team is going to compete and get over that hump to the Stanley Cup, it's going to come to the defense. It's going to come to goaltending. And Kemper is not the answer for Colorado right now, not at all. I thought that they were going to have a nice chip on their shoulder after getting eliminated by this team last season in the playoffs. And unfortunately, that's just not how it goes. Colorado has been very inconsistent, not scoring as much as they used to. Granted, it's the first 2 weeks of the NHL. I get it. Teams start off slow. Us as cappers start off slow. But the Avalanche just, right now, they do not look good at all. So right now I'm going to lay off the Avs in terms of taking them. So I did erase the Flames, okay, and added them the other night when we cashed out that plus 130 piece. But the Avs are quickly going into that list right now to not bet until further notice. I just can't trust their goaltending. And again, the offense has been very bad. We're not used to seeing them scoring one goal, on any game, any time of day. So, but the Avs money line lost. And then the Canucks and Wild over 5.5. These were client plays. Avs money line and Canucks over 5.5. I am not sure how we did not get that Canucks over 5.5. So many chances, just couldn't get there. We unfortunately couldn't get there. That's just how, you have a magnificent Monday to a terrible Tuesday sort of night in the NHL for this week so far for me. So let's have a wonderful Wednesday, shall we? But that's just how it goes. Canucks Wild should have won over 5.5, but it did not. And the only winner of the night was the Kraken and Canadiens over 5.5. That was a no problem winner. So 1-4 overall on the evening with a minus 4.1 overall units. Very ugly, absolute bloodbath. But like I said, I strive to go forward, stay positive. I mean, a lot of people out there, they get cringed. They get cringed out when you see these numbers, these bad nights. But it's part of the game. This is why we cap. This is why we enjoy doing it. You win some, you lose some. You lose a lot, you win a lot. It's a pattern, but it doesn't last forever. And it's just we'll get back. We'll get it back again. Season's only 2 weeks old, so you can't put yourself down this early into the season. Keep the head up, strive forward, you'll be ready to rock. So my NHL season right now stands at 50 wins, 59 losses, and 1 push, at minus 17 and a quarter units, so minus 17.25 overall units. Again, it's just tough. It's been a tough first 2 weeks. Again, you had a magnificent Monday over 3. First off, a sensational Saturday over 3 units. Sunday was basically subpar Sunday. A magnificent Monday over 3 units again, and then terrible Tuesday last night. That's just how it rolls. Again, let's do it tonight. Wonderful Wednesday, I like to call it. So let's get it back. Let's get back in the green. 5 games on tap for tonight. So NHL scheduling pretty darn good. I like it. You have 2 7 o'clock games, one 7:30, one 8:30, and then the nightcap with the Flyers and the Oilers at 10 o'clock in Edmonton. So, but there you have it. All right, so recap has been completed. Let's talk about the DFS before I head into commercial. This won't take long, and then I'll take a commercial break, and then we'll talk tonight's 5-game slate. All right, so Thursday night DFS, the undefeated Cardinals against 7-0 Cardinals, undefeated team against the 6-1 Green Bay Packers, of course, in Arizona. Players to consider for your DFS though. So like I said yesterday, it's always subject to change when it comes to daily fantasy. Devontae obviously is on COVID. I mentioned Lazard yesterday, but the news broke last night or even after the show. So you have to kind of reconsider your players that you wanted. So, those wondering, I am wearing a Beer Me shirt. So, let's go, man. You had Thirsty Thursdays tomorrow night. Let's rock and roll. But, so you have 4 Thursday Night Football tomorrow night. I'm still rocking out with Kyler Murray. As of now, absolutely, because I think you gotta lock in both quarterbacks. I feel like when it comes to daily fantasy, you gotta rock out both quarterbacks. And even as lackluster as the Green Bay Packer receiver core is right now, Rodgers is still going to do some sort of damage. But as of now, I have Kyler Murray. I have Randall Cobb now. I scratched out Lazard and I put in Randall Cobb. And I have Aaron Jones. I mean, simple as that. I think Aaron Jones can get a bulk of the work tomorrow night, passing, running. I mean, it's just the way to go. And I think that Aaron Jones should be started in every lineup tomorrow. Start Randall Cobb in every lineup as well. Even you can consider Robert Tonyan as well. I mean, I think Rodgers is going to throw him the ball quite often tomorrow night as well. You have to imagine. So Kyler Murray, Aaron Jones, and Randall Cobb are my currently 3 top locks for tomorrow's NFL DFS Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. So with that, give me a quick 2-minute commercial break, and when I get back, tonight's 5-game NHL slate with breakdowns, plays, leans, bets, whatever you may call it, and much, much more. So sit back, relax, and I'll be back in 2.
Twelve-Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-Ounce Sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120Z and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sportsbook. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Wednesday, middle of the week, October 27th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and Fantasy Football Guru, Philly Pete. And as always, we're live on 12-Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning in on this very chaotic Wednesday afternoon, chaotic week. Halloween week, work's busy, end of the month. It always happens that way. So, but this show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Yes, 12-Ounce Sports is an official partner of BetUS. Sign up with an account today. Use the promo code 12-Ounce. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. That's 12-Ounce, 120Z. Sign up with an account with BetUS today. Zingo TV, channel 761. Again, if you don't have Zingo TV, it is a free app. Download on every streaming device out there and use that promo code 12-Ounce. When doing so, flip over to channel 761 where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. And last but not least, Amazon.com. Winter is arriving very soon. Get bundled up today. Support the crew. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Okay, so it's 12:14 here in the East, 9:14 out there in the West. Let's rock and roll. A 5-game NHL slate for tonight. At least there's not 2. Okay, we got 5 tonight. Solid games, too, on the menu as well. But let's kick it off. The Boston Bruins at the Florida Panthers, the surging Florida Panthers. Over-under right now live is set at 5.5. It did open at 6. It dropped to 5.5. Florida minus 130 on the money line. Boston plus 110 on the money line. 70% of that money is going towards Florida. Man, everyone's loving the Panthers this year. I'm loving the Panthers this year. Again, that was a client Stanley Cup future as well. So far, so good. I love this team. 70% of the money, like I said, heading towards the Panthers there. 30% of the money heading towards the Bruins there. Bruins, of course, they've been surging ever since that Flyers loss. But they're 1-1 on the puck line on the road. When it comes to the over-unders, they're 2-2 in their first 4. On the road, they're 1-1. Florida, like I said, 4-0 at home. They're absolutely crushing it right now at home. Home ice haven't lost yet. 3-1 when covering the puck line in their first 4. And 2-3-1 when it comes to the overs. So again, with how these offenses are, you got to expect some fireworks in this game. I really do. A little bit of side notes here. I just think like at this line, I do like the Panthers here tonight. I really do. This is gonna be a really good game, tight game. And I expect goals. I do. I really expect goals here. But at this low of a number, at minus 125, minus 130, I just think that this team's playing really good, and they've been so dominant at home. Even last season, 4-0 this year, like I said. They haven't lost yet. This might be a spot for the Bruins to take because I just have a feeling that the Oilers are going to lose tonight. You can see these undefeated teams eventually lose, but you got to keep continuing the hot streak of these teams. So that's why I do like the Cats here on the money line at minus 130. I really do. Winning 3 games by multiple goals as well. But of course, Boston, like I said, is a good team. But then again, the Bruins are just 1-4 the past 5 as dogs. So 1-4 in their last 5 as dogs for the Bruins. Not a good number. I mean, as good as they are, don't get me wrong, but at that stat right there, that's turning me off. But like I said, Florida for me, I just think is a good spot here. Small number. It's going to rise. I think it's going to probably get up to at least minus 140 before puck drop. Excuse me. Ullmark is starting for the Bruins, as I see it over Swayman. It could change, like I said, because this tends to happen. But from what I'm seeing here, Linus Ullmark is in net for the Bruins. So, of course, it does favor the Panthers just a little bit here when it comes to offense. But Bruins are also 1-1 on the road, while the Panthers were just, basically one of the best teams in the league last season as well. So, I mean, and they're still great this upcoming season. So, with that, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to take the Florida Panthers on the money line, minus 130. And basically now, I just like the over 5.5. I think we're going to see some goals here, especially if Ullmark is in net. The Florida Panthers can score at will, and I believe Boston will put a couple in net as well. I'm thinking a 4-2 Florida win, maybe 4-3. I expect some goals, and I like the Panthers to win this game. So once again, Florida Panthers money line, minus 130, and the over 5.5 between the Bees and the Panthers. All right, next up, the Detroit Red Wings at the Washington Capitals. Over-under set at 6. Caps minus 205 on the money line. Detroit plus 175 on the money line. Now, Detroit is always pesky. Detroit's playing really good hockey, don't get me wrong. They are. They could be a very pesky out for the Caps here tonight. They really could. They absolutely could. Over-under set at 6. This is a game where I do like the first period over 1.5 as well. But like I said, 85% of the money is going towards Washington, and 15% of the money is going towards Detroit there at that plus 175 spot. Again, it's just these. I just feel like some of these games here tonight can definitely cause some. It's difficult slating again, but let's see here. Yes, so Detroit's 1-1 on the road. Washington's 2-0 at home, 3-1 when covering the puck line as well at home. Detroit's 1-1 on the road when covering the puck line. When it comes to the over-unders, Detroit 3-3 in their first 6, Washington 3-2-1 with the over. So this is slightly trending on the over for me. That's how I'm feeling this game as well. I like the over 6 in this game between the Caps and Detroit. I think Detroit will get some goals here as well, and of course with the Caps offense, they're going to get a few as well. So maybe a 3-3 game to go to overtime, maybe a 4-2 game. But I really do. I really like this over 6 here tonight. Can Detroit keep them in the game? I mean, just the way they've been playing extremely well. 3-2-1 overall. I mean, I love the way this Detroit team has been playing. Now, this is what I call a little bingo, bango, bongo of a game right now, where I take the over 6, you take Washington on the money line, and Detroit to cover the puck line at plus 1.5. I did this last year. For the most part, I think 80% of those games cashed out, whether you're seeing a 4-3 game, 3-2 game, whatever. But at minus 205, that's just too much for my liking for the Capitals. And as much as I think they win, I think Detroit is capable to stay in this game. And I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this upcoming season. Again, they're a little ways of a way to make the playoffs and be a contending team. But Detroit fans have to be extremely happy with the way that they've been playing so far this season. I mean, I would be very proud of this Detroit team. Granted, 2 weeks in the season, 6 games played, a long way to go, long season to go. But, all in all, I just think that, could this be a very compatible Detroit Red Wings team? And a lot of people, especially a buddy of mine, Lou, He's also on the network, big time Red Wings fan. It's possible. It's extremely possible. So, but with that being said, I do like the Capitals here to win the game at minus 200. I consider putting them in a parlay, maybe with Dallas tonight, maybe with Toronto tonight, teams that I like. But Detroit plus 1.5 should be a solid puck line as well. You'll get a good number with that. Probably around like minus 140-ish. Minus 150. Depends where you shop. And once again, the over 6 I like a lot in this game. That's more of a heavier lean for me. The over 6. First period over. I might even do a parlay, first period parlay for you guys here tonight as well. I do like a few. I like the Flyers over first period, Toronto first period over, and this Caps first period over as well. So a 3-team parlay, probably plus 350, plus 400-ish, wherever you want to go. But give me Detroit. Puck line cover plus 1.5. I like the over 6, and I like that first period over a lot. I'm really heavily leaning on this total and first period over than I am with the side. So there you have it there between the Wings and the Caps. All right, here we go. Lackluster teams ahead of us. The Toronto Maple Leafs at the Chicago Blackhawks. Over-under set at 6 once again. Toronto getting basically minus 200 on the money line. It's flip-flopping between minus 190 and minus 200. Chicago opened up at plus 140 down to plus 180 now, so money heavily going towards the Leafs there. 65% of the money going towards Toronto, 35% of the money going towards Chicago there at that plus 175 spot. All right, Toronto 0-3 on the road, 0-3 when covering the puck line on the road, and 2-5 when it comes to the overs. This team's hungry. Okay, they really are. 2-4-1 overall. Chicago. As we all know, Chicago fans out there, you guys are disgruntled. It's embarrassing. It's been a rough season so far. COVID between Taves, Kane. I mean, it's just a lot of issues so far. And what would have been a promising season, not so much right now. Can they turn around? Again, it's a long season. You never know. We've seen a lot more shit happening in the previous season, so a lot can happen. 0-5-1, 0-3 at home, 0-3 when covering the puck line. The over is 3-2-1 for the Hawks. Okay, these teams are hungry. They really are. Okay, it's going to be a bloodbath. This should be a great game tonight, regardless. It's always. I feel like it's always that rivalry that people don't really talk about. Leafs, Hawks, but I'm going with the over 6 right off the bat. I like the over 6 right here. Hawks, Leafs, over 6. I like the first period over, once again, over 1.5. I think these teams are coming out blazing hot, especially the Leafs. Hawks really have so much going on. I feel bad. Again, it looked like a promising season. Not anymore. But the Leafs are hungry for a win, and just the Leafs have been getting embarrassed lately. I think this team is absolutely going to come out firing, and I like the Leafs here to win. I also like the Leafs in regulation at minus 115, minus 120. Maybe even parlay Toronto with the Caps moneyline parlay. I'll probably get plus 110 odds there, but I'm all over Toronto here. I think they put a whipping on the Blackhawks tonight, honestly, and I think we're going to see a ton of goals, and I think it's going to happen very early and very quickly. So give me Toronto here, moneyline, regulation, and give me the over 6. And give me the first period over 1.5 as well. I think, like I said, this is going to be a good goals game. I'm very, very strongly lean on this over 6 and first period over as well. If I had a pick, definitely the over 6 is more of a heavier lean for me. But first period over, again, I think we're going to see early goals and rather quickly. So there you have it there. Toronto in regulation. Money line, I'm all over the Leafs. Over 6 and the first period over there as well. Next up, Vegas Golden Knights at the Dallas Stars. Over-under at 5.5. Dallas opened up at minus 130, now minus 145. Some books are even at minus 150, so you got to shop around for that book. The best book, I should say. But let's see. Dallas minus 145 on the money line. Dallas getting 65% of the money going towards Dallas. And Vegas basically getting 35% of the money. Vegas had a great game last night. They're at plus 125 here on the money line as well. Played a great, took advantage of the Avalanche and they won last night. So, I'm not surprised at all. But I think that, Dallas is home. Okay. Vegas is 1-1 on the road, 1-1 covering the puck line, and 3-3 when it comes to the over. Dallas, on the other hand, coming in at 3-3, 1-0 at home. Okay. They're finally back home. 0-1 when covering the puck line, and 0-6 when it comes to the overs. This is just trending under for me. I like the under 5.5. Knights, Stars, and give me the Stars on the money line here as well at minus 140, minus 145. I believe DraftKings is getting up to minus 150, so get this number now while you can. I think Dallas does take advantage of this, and Vegas is traveling after a hard-fought win last night against Colorado, and I think Dallas takes full advantage of this. So, give me the Dallas Stars on the money line at minus 145, and give me the under 5.5 Vegas Dallas. There you have it, simple as that. And then the nightcap, the Philadelphia Flyers at the Edmonton Oilers is a 10 o'clock start. Like I said, over/under set at 6.5. This is at minus 125, minus 130. You can get 6.5 at DraftKings right now at minus 125. You can get it on MGM 6.5 at minus 135. FanDuel has moved up to 7 at plus 100. But if you can get 6.5, get it. I do like the over here. As much as I hate seeing 6.5s, I really do. I always try and play for that push at 6. But 6.5s between these two offenses that have been scoring at will, very, very well. Like I said here. So let me run down the stats real fast. Edmonton minus 180 on the money line. Flyers plus 160 here on the money line as well. Edmonton getting 80% of the money going that way. Flyers only getting 20%. Edmonton went from minus 155 to minus 180 just like that overnight. So a little bit of movement. Flyers, no puck line on the 0-0 on the road when it comes to the puck line. 3-1 though when it comes to the overs. In their last 4, Edmonton 5-0 undefeated, 3-0 at home, 1-2 when covering the puck line at home, and 3-2 with the overs as well. Edmonton has been scoring pretty well. Flyers out, giving up a lot, but scoring a lot as well. So I see this game going over. I like the first period over in this game as well, 1.5. I like the over 6.5 in this game as well. You could easily see a 4-3 game. And you know what? Like Edmonton was just in Vegas. All right. I mean, we all know about that so-called Vegas flu. I mean, that was like a thing last year, 2 years ago. Whenever Vegas was in existence, and a couple years ago, that's been a thing. I mean, could it still trend? Sure. These undefeated teams are bound to lose eventually. But Philly, I mean, like I said, Philly's been playing solid teams as of lately too, and playing pretty well. Boston, I know they lost to the Panthers the other night 4-2, but I mean they're playing more caliber teams than Edmonton has. I mean, simple as that. So I think Edmonton gets tested tonight. I really do. I think this Flyers team is going to come out fully rested since Saturday. And I expect this is going to be Philly Pete's dog. I know I'm biased here, but this is going to be Philly Pete's dog play of the night right here. Flyers plus 160 on the money line. I also like the Flyers puck line plus 1.5. You can get that at minus 135, minus 140. It's probably going to be about minus 150, closer to puck drop, I feel. But at plus 160, I like the money line here for the Flyers. I also like the puck line plus 1.5 for the Flyers. Give me the over 6.5 and the over first period between the Flyers and the Oilers. Again, I just think that this is going to be a true test for the Oilers, finally playing someone of decent caliber so far. And, Koskinen is in net for the Oilers as well because Mike Smith is still battling an injury. So, again, more reason to lean the over in this game as well. So, there you have it there. There's your 5-game breakdown right there. Once again, like I said, Panthers. I like the Panthers here. Panthers here in the over. I expect fireworks. Caps over 6 in the first period over as well. Toronto here, all over Toronto. First period over and the over 6. Dallas and under. And then the Flyers, puck line, money line, and then both overs. First period over and over 6.5. So that's it. I mean, simple as that. And, like I said, I had about 2 of you guys sign up this morning for clients, so I appreciate that. I'll get you guys set up. And November 1st, I'm cutting the price down from $350 down to $250 for the entire season and playoffs. So that's a $100 basically cut off, not even a full month into the season. So, hey, I'm giving back. So November 1st, mark in your calendars if you want to sign up on 11/1, $350 down to $250 for the rest of the season and playoffs. I'll still give you my futures as well, cup futures, because the point totals are no longer available. So we'll go from there. But I hope everyone has a fantastic Wednesday, hump day. Enjoy these games tonight. And I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. And let's get a bounce back Wednesday ahead of us, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. And it's cash. Bye.